a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
Looking to throw on second down. Bradshaw. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On second down, Palmer. His throw incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Palmer. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Ready?
To throw again, Bradshaw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. 7 yards on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Off play action. Bradshaw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, you better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, on that play, he was able to get on the run, and they're still accurate throwing the football.
Tackle made by Demarius Randall. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. On 3rd down, Palmer. And that is incomplete.
They cannot block him.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A run for Nick Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
50 plays.
From the gun on 3rd down. Bradshaw. Open man, it's Stacker. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
15 line. 15 line.
I'm coming. Shit.
Off the play fake. Bradshaw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Mostert, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, echo. Get it.
From the shotgun, it's Palmer. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now it's Palmer. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And that's complete to Croft. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Mostert. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
But Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe point.
Exactly. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Off-play action. Bradshaw. Drops it off for Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back to throw. Bradshaw. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
He finds his man Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
Single,
To throw on third down, Bradshaw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Palmer now. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Palmer. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Third and 2. Now Palmer. And finding Pruitt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They go play action now. Palmer.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Palmer. This is caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They come up in an offset eye. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Palmer. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mark Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He gets this one to Boyd. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Ready?
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
Start.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. Officially it will go as... a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
X3. 218. Chopper.
They'll look to run with Ingram, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Looking to throw. Bradshaw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
We got 3. We got 3.
On 1st and 10, Bradshaw trying to lay one. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big pickup of 38.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Chubb, and the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
A throw over the middle, taken in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Palmer will throw. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looks pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Stocker's got it. Complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. 2nd and 1.
They're right there at the 1.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Luke Stocker. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, they sucked the defense in with a play fake, went over the top.
And I know from past experience, when offenses do that, a lot of times the defense guys are screaming at them, run the ball, run the ball. The offense doesn't really care. They got 6 points.
This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about the 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Palmer to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Palmer sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. Under 1:20 to go. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Here's 2nd and 8. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back to throw. Bradshaw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Troy Apke. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This Bengal defense now making their way back out onto the field.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
3 bucks.
Now.
Throwing after the interception. Bradshaw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Bradshaw. It's caught. Humphreys. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43. Going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're